All my life has been a series of doors.
My thoughts on Frozen are kind of complicated. To be sure, I really do like Frozen. I think it's a good movie. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I'm about 10 years late to that observation, but I could never dislike it myself. Now, Frozen 2 is a different story. I think that one sucks. Anyway, while I really like Frozen, I feel like there was a lot of potential that the movie missed out on, and I guess that's why I'm making this video in the first place. As you might know, Frozen changed a lot throughout its production. It started as an adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow Queen, and as such, the character Elsa was originally envisioned as the villain. But those features of her character were stripped away until we got the Elsa present in the movie today. What I'll basically be arguing in this video is that some of the things that were cut would have actually made a better movie. Not necessarily a villainous Elsa, but I think that a lot of storytelling potential was cast aside.
You wanna build a snowman?
So to get my point started, let's talk about something that Frozen excels in, and that is the soundtrack. I really love Frozen's soundtrack, and I honestly think it might be the best collection of songs to come from a Disney movie for the last 25 years. Not to say that other movies haven't had great soundtracks too, but Frozen just gets me in particular. And it's not just for being catchy, but because of how Frozen tells its story through its music. After all, that's the point of a musical, right?
No way, Anna.
Okay, bye.
The core of Frozen's story is Elsa and Anna's relationship, and I love how the music sets up their journeys and contrasts their motivations and personalities. I'll use For the First Time in Forever as an example, which is my favorite song in the movie. Here, Anna wants to enjoy her sister's coronation, and through it wants to find the life that she had been deprived of for many years, one full of love. Elsa, on the other hand, just wants to get it over with. Her powers are a burden that she has to bear, and her coronation is a hurdle. She doesn't have a reason to enjoy it, she simply has to do it. This contrast between Elsa and Anna is heightened at the end of the song as they talk over each other.
For the first time in forever, I'm dreaming of.
Elsa and Anna's relationship is tragic. They need each other, but they don't know it early on. Elsa needs love to control her powers, and it's that same love that Anna is really looking for too. Their journeys, which are set up early in the movie, lead them back to each other by the end of it. But the thing is, I think that the movie could have done a much better job at showing that journey. What I'm trying to get at here is that I think that Elsa and Anna's relationship could have more depth than it does in the final movie. After all, their personalities work well to contrast each other. They're two very different people. Elsa is reserved and more secretive, while Anna is very outgoing and never hides how she feels or why she feels that way. The movie could have played more with that contrast, like having the two sisters be more at odds with each other throughout it, and having them drift away from each other on their own, and not just because of Elsa's powers. If the movie had done this, then the conclusion where the two sisters reunite could have been much stronger. They could have recognized the importance of their relationship and had it reinforced at the end. I think we see a little bit of what I'm getting at in the scene where Anna takes Elsa's glove off. Anna had just announced her engagement to Hans, but Elsa says, "No, you're not marrying this guy you just met," and Anna has a bit of a falling out with her. She tries to argue with Elsa to get her to change her mind, but Elsa doesn't want to hear any of it and goes back to avoiding Anna, and of course, this leads to the pivotal moment that sets up the next two acts.
Said enough!
I wanted to see more of that, you know? Some drama between the two sisters where they clash with each other's goals. Their later interaction in Elsa's ice palace by comparison feels very one-sided to me. Because while Anna is ready to fully accommodate her sister, Elsa is the one pushing her away. Their personalities don't feel particularly strong in this scene, and speaking of that, I wanted to see more of Elsa really getting on edge instead of always seeming so apologetic and blameless throughout the movie. I mean, if you think about Let It Go in terms of its role in the story, Elsa is choosing to abandon her responsibilities to pursue an idea of freedom.
I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
The song is about Elsa making a selfish choice, but the movie doesn't portray it as one or really ever portrays Elsa in a negative light. Like in her ice palace, Elsa is shocked to learn about the endless winter that she doomed her kingdom with.
You kind of set off an eternal winter everywhere.
Everywhere. Let the storm rage on.
And the negative here is that it makes Elsa's on-screen presence in general feel a lot weaker than Anna's to me. She kind of lacks agency. So the real meat of this video, and the reason why I'm sitting here writing the script in the first place, is because the story missed out on a lot of potential that was present in its cut content. These things could have been so much better, as the song Life's Too Short shows.
I came all this way to give us a fresh start, and now you're all like, wow, you're all like warming my heart.
By the way, heads up, although this song was cut from the movie, it's in the official Frozen soundtrack, but it's not sung by Elsa and Anna's voices. However, there is a version of the song that Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell do sing, and there's even a storyboard that allows us to tell what happens on screen. The audio is not the best, but I'm glad it exists, and it's what I'll mostly be using here. Moving on, Life's Too Short is a song that was meant to be placed where the reprise of For the First Time in Forever is in the movie now, when the two sisters meet again in Elsa's Ice Palace. So, the gist of the song is basically that Elsa and Anna reunite, and as one can expect, they're happy to see each other again. They think that they can finally put the past behind them and look forward, but as the song progresses, it becomes clear that the sisters still don't understand each other, and that their problems haven't been resolved. So the second half of the song devolves into this kind of shouting contest or singing contest between each other.
You don't know, you have no idea what I've been through because of you.
Once again, the music is great. This song is catchy and sounds just as good as the ones that ended up in the final movie. Even better, in fact. But as I've said before, the storytelling is the strongest part. I really prefer the sisters' relationship in this song. They clearly still love each other and want to be together again, but they've also been separated for a long time. Of course, it isn't going to be smooth sailing. There's still some resentment left under the surface, and of course they still don't understand each other. Like, Anna really suggests that Elsa put her gloves back on in order to return to the kingdom, so that she can continue to conceal her powers. And of course, Elsa is offended that Anna wants to put her back in the cage, but Anna doubles down, which starts the whole argument.
Then I'll shove on the gloves. That's how your story ends. It does. It's just like it was, except for we'll be best friends.
But Elsa isn't innocent either. Consistent with Let It Go, Elsa's decision to abandon her kingdom is understood as a selfish one. When Anna confronts this, Elsa just doesn't want to hear it, like in the earlier glove scene.
Life's too short to let you treat the people down there just as coldly as you always treat me.
In the final movie, Anna's heart was struck by Elsa when the latter's emotions got out of control. But here, Elsa instead strikes Anna out of frustration because she got fed up with her, again kind of like what happened in the earlier scene when her powers were revealed. Now, I don't want to sit here recalling every detail of the song because you can just listen to it on your own. It's only 3.5 minutes long, and I don't want to be redundant. But ever since I heard this song many years ago, I felt like it should have been in the movie. The repeater For the First Time in Forever isn't bad, but this song had the potential to give the movie a lot more depth, and people do disagree, of course. A common thing that I hear is that the song wouldn't work because of how the two sisters drive each other away, and how Elsa comes across pretty selfishly here. But those issues people have with it are actually strengths of the song for me, because it gives the characters a basis to grow from, and they would have done exactly that because Life's Too Short also had a reprise.
But I wish that I had been there for her long ago. Life's too short to be such an oblivious fool, so reckless that I couldn't see.
So this rendition of the song was meant to be placed at the point in the movie when Elsa is locked up and Anna is freezing to death. Just a quick note, but I presume that Hans basically had the same role as in the final movie, and that Elsa wasn't a villain anymore at this point in production, which I see a lot of people assume about the earlier song because of how Elsa comes across. But anyway, the reprise of Life's Too Short really brings everything together for me. Elsa and Anna being separated again allows them to reflect on their relationship and earlier interactions. At their lowest point, in what could be their final moments, they're now seeing the other's perspective. Elsa regrets her selfishness and how she continued to push her sister away, and Anna realizes how she also drove her sister away with her short-sightedness. As I mentioned earlier in this video, the journeys they take lead them back to each other, making them realize how important their relationship is, and their bond is reinforced as a result. That's what I think would have made the movie so much better. This song's somber melody recognizes how tragic the two sisters' relationship is, and the reworking of Do You Want to Build a Snowman into the song brings the story full circle. It's really beautiful, and it's actually brought tears to my eyes. The ending could have been so impactful after a scene like this, but unfortunately, the final movie doesn't have anything like it. Now, I understand that a lot of people like the movie as it is. A lot of people already like how the story plays out, and a lot of people prefer Elsa the way that she is in today's movie. Many people relate to her struggles, and the way that I would like her to be written might undermine what makes her relatable to those people. That's all fine. As I said way back in the beginning, I do like Frozen, but my problem with it is that I think the story had a lot more potential that it really should have taken advantage of, and it did seem to take advantage of that in some of its cut content, but not in the final movie. Frozen's first act is really strong. It has all of the great songs, and I really love what was set up between Elsa and Anna, but then the second and third acts kind of falter in how they play out. Life's Too Short and Its Reprise were not the only songs that were cut from Frozen, mind you, but I think that they were the strongest ones. These songs don't need to have been in the movie to do the things that I would have liked for the story to do, but they give a glimpse into what could have been. But I'll also be fair and say that Life's Too Short can't really fit as it is in today's movie, because the song references a prophecy plotline that was obviously dropped. Although I don't think it would have been too hard to fix that up. Anyway, that's going to be it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Because I usually stick with reviews or lists, I had some real trouble figuring out how to write the script here. This idea kind of randomly came to me pretty recently, but I hope the things I said made sense, and I'd like to do more videos like this in the future. So that's the end. Peace guys, I'm Mozart the Best.